I'm sure I'll get a few groans for doing this video, but it is what it is. You know, this is early in the new year, and obviously a lot of the news isn't huge. But I saw this article and I was like, hey, that's pretty funny. I'm going to go ahead and do that because even though it was highly thought that this would happen, we didn't really know for sure. So, yeah, I mean, it does look like Sony will be losing an exclusive. Although, again, I thought it was pretty obvious, but sometimes you never know with these things. You know, anything can happen, and I just thought it was kind of an interesting thing to do a video on, and I was kind of excited to just put something new out. You know, give you guys something new to listen to, and and I'm very thankful that everybody's been so kind and so amazing within the new year and things like that. So it is such a great time if you think about it to be a gamer, and it's only going to get better. Like this year, we can actually say this year we're getting so many great games, and that's an exciting prospect. Again, it doesn't matter which side you're on. You're getting some amazing games, and if you're lucky, like I am, and I'm not making light of anybody who hasn't been able to get both consoles, but you're not missing out on anything, and that's a great thing. So I did want to get started. It's going to be a good video. It's going to be one you don't want to miss. Hey there, everyone. I'm the Crapgamer, and of course, this is Crapgamer Reviews, your home for news, opinions, reviews, and much more. You'll probably notice that there are some changes around here, but that shouldn't stop you from leaving us a like and possibly even consider subscribing if you haven't already done so. Thank you so much for choosing to spend some of your free time with me today. It really does mean a lot, and hopefully you guys are all having a happy new year and all that kind of good stuff. It's really important that you guys, take care of each other and just are cool people, you know what I mean? So, yeah, it's going to be great. But anyway, this is something that I thought was very interesting. So according to this, which I will link the article, you guys can check it out, the PlayStation 5 is seemingly losing its newest and one of its highest rated exclusive games to the Xbox Series X, and it's losing it fairly soon in 2022, excuse me. Sony and its partners shipped 3 major exclusive games. The first was Returnal, the second was Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, and the third was Deathloop. Actually came the way of Bethesda. The former 2 games are made by 2 studios owned by PlayStation, and no PlayStation games not named MLB The Show come to Xbox consoles. Deathloop seemed to be one considering who made it. It isn't really all that surprising, but more specifically, it looks like the game from Arcane Studios is coming to Xbox Series X and Game Pass in September. The information comes by the way of Bethesda themselves, or more specifically the game's official Twitter account, which is promoting the latest PlayStation Store sale as it discounts Deathloop. Now, it's promoting the deal. The game's Twitter account released a new promotional video, and at the end of the video it notes in fine print that the game is not available on other consoles until at least September 14th, 2022, which is exactly 1 year after the game's initial release. Of course, the implication here is actually that the game will come to Xbox Series X around that time, and it is a reasonable conclusion to draw, though the cliff notes say at least. Unfortunately, without the finer details on the game's exclusivity deal, we don't know when exactly it's coming to Xbox, but the week of September 14th seems like a safe bet. It would make sense for the game to come to Xbox Series X on the 1 year anniversary, but that falls on a Wednesday, which is an uncommon day for a release of a game. And I'm looking at it right now. It says that also available on PC, not available on other consoles till at least 9/14/22. So we all knew this was coming, but I guess it's further more details about when this game is going to be, when it's going to be out and when it's going to come about and when people are going to be able to play it. So it was pretty obvious that it would be on Xbox at some point. Obviously because they're a first-party studio now, but with that being said, there was a little bit of rumblings going on that could potentially they might not bother with trying to port it, or they've already jumped into their next their next little area or whatever, their next game or something along those lines. So I think that's something that we could see, is the fact that hey, this game might be coming or might not. Like I said, people were really sort of thinking one way or the other about it. So yeah, it is nice to see that, hey, this game is going to come to Xbox and it's going to be on Game Pass, so it's going to be included in the service or whatever, and that's cool. Like for me, I thought Deathloop looked and sounded really interesting, but then when I saw that it was like, I don't know, I was coming off of Returnal, and these roguelikes weren't really my thing, and it just kind of reminded me of that. So I was just like, starting over when you die, that's like one of my big pet peeves when it comes to video games. So I was just like, I don't know, I don't want to play that game, But who knows? Maybe that's one of the great things about Game Pass, right? You guys can try a game when there's something that you're not really sure about. So hopefully that's what we see. But the game is 50% off in the PlayStation Store, and of course anything else would be I'll let you guys know. I know it's a light news day, but still, I thought it'd be better to get a video out than none. I've kind of always respected Arcane Developer as a developer. The company never really crafted experiences that I've personally loved, but they have been, very much universally looked at as something amazing. So yeah, it's going to be very cool to see how people react to that, and if people are going to be able to kind of pick that up and things like that. Like Microsoft right now is on a bit of a roll with just the way that they've kind of been able to kind of get these things out there, and the way that they've been able to do things to accomplish what they've been wanting to do this generation, as opposed to previous generations, which were a bit of a struggle for them, simply because, let's just be real, Microsoft really kind of screwed themselves over, and it's like almost they can't get away with doing anything, right? So like something people really look at something that Microsoft does and really kind of hates on it for no reason, and I understand that because I was very angry with Xbox for a while. But even something like this, okay, like is Microsoft has done a really good job of keeping their game servers up, even on the Xbox 360, but they're getting ready to shut down the Halo servers this month, and people are really making a big deal out of it. I can't imagine that there's very many people on Halo on Xbox 360. I'm sorry, I can't imagine that, right? Probably down to less than 100 or maybe 100, I don't know, but keeping the servers up just honestly doesn't make sense. And look, Sony shuts down servers all the time for this stuff, and you don't ever hear anybody really say anything about it. So that's why I'm not saying that there's bias. I just think that Microsoft gets a little bit things that they do that's considered wrong or bad gets looked at a little bit worse than when Sony does anything. So yeah, that's kind of what I was talking about. So many Halo fans do have great memories playing Halo 3 and Reach multiplayer on the 360, but that was 2 generations ago. It does seem like Halo was really thriving in its golden age during those years, and finally Microsoft will be putting those services to rest. This month, Microsoft will be sunsetting the online servers that house so many memories for so many gamers. It's the end of an era for Halo on the Xbox 360. All Halo games that have housed online services on Xbox 360 will be shutting down come January 13th, including Halo 3, Halo 3 ODST, Halo Reach, Halo 4, Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary, Halo Wars, and Halo Spartan Assault. That being said, some aspects of the online for these will be kept intact, such as online squads. However, when it comes to everything else concerning multiplayer, such as matchmaking and online-based achievements, it will be gone come the 13th. If anyone has any achievements they would like to wrap up, there are 13 days left to do so. So yeah, I mean, Microsoft has posted a chart containing all the specifics for the sunsetting of the Xbox 360 services that can be checked out on various sites. Microsoft accompanied the post with saying that the date, juggling future projects while also keeping these online servers for decades-old Halo games, has taken significant resources from the team. Xbox wants to be able to use these resources for games such as the Master Chief Collection and Halo Infinite moving forward, thus forcing the decision of shutting down the servers. So, I mean, there you go. Basically, that's something that you basically have to kind of let everybody know, and it's not the end of the world, to be honest with you. Good news is the gamers will still be able to get their classic Halo multiplayer fix in the Master Chief Collection on Xbox One and Series X and S. The multiplayer for games such as Halo 3 and 4 are still alive and thriving on the collection, and will no doubt continue to be supported for many more years to come. So you do have that. I mean, if you're stuck on a 360, grab something. Grab a cheap Xbox One or something and play Halo there, but not everything that Microsoft does is bad, and I just think that a lot of people just kind of look at it that way. I'm over the whole anger trip, but yeah, like Sony is doing good things, Microsoft's doing good things. It's kind of funny to see some of the overreactions and things like that, but it'll be interesting to see what changes in the future. Anyway, with that being said, thank you for watching. Rack 'em up, fact 'em up, crap gamer 'em up, crap gamer out.